Hey mamas, I am Bernadette Henry and I help moms of newly diagnosed children cope with their feelings so that they can give their child the best help that they need to move forward. So, before I'm actually working backwards today, and before I even get into today's topic, I just wanted to let you know that April is Autism Awareness Month. And in light of that, I am doing a webinar. The name of the webinar is called From Suspecting to Accepting Coping with Your Feelings as a Mom that has been recently told that their child has autism. So I have a webinar. It's going to be on April 15th. And I want you all to join. Or if you know someone that can benefit from this webinar, I would like for you to spread the message, spread the word, share this out with them, let them know, hey, look, I know such and such, share my videos, share my posts. You just need to be there, or somebody that you know just need to be there, okay? Because we need to get our kids. So in my work with moms, I will be helping you manage your feelings of denial, guilt, shame, anger so that you can get your child the best help that they need. So one of the first telltale signs of denial is that you wouldn't even think that your child has autism. Like, who goes around thinking, okay, my child has autism? And even in this day and age of information, people, moms, we still wouldn't think, okay, maybe my child is autistic. Like, my first go round, that wasn't a thought. Like, that didn't really become a thought until it was put in my head, oh, your child may have Asperger's. Now I was working with a social worker that did recommend early intervention just based on my child not talking. So that's how that all started. And a lot of times we see different signs, but depending on how young our child is, like if our child is 2 years old, that's the quote unquote terrible tools, but I typically call it terrific tools. So we attribute a lot of the meltdowns, a lot of the behaviors to that, or to the fact that maybe it's just taking them a bit more time to talk. But autism is not the first thing that comes up in the mind, because at the same time, we're like, okay, this is a baby. This is a child. This is how they're supposed to act. And most times it may take a professional such as a teacher or a doctor to be able to tell you that, because they kind of know the signs, like as a normal typical parent, you're not walking around like, okay, my child is doing this. So you don't have this huge checklist saying, okay, these are the signs, maybe, my child is autistic. You're not thinking that way. By the way, if you would like a checklist that tells the signs, let me know and I'll have that created for you. So like I said, you as the parent, you're just thinking this is your child, something may be off, but you're not thinking autism. And my role here is not to diagnose your child or to help you diagnose your child, because I'm staying in my lane and I'm basically, like I said, working with parents who suspect something is going on, that suspect something is off, because that's kind of where I started. I suspected that something was wrong. And as the behaviors manifested themselves, that's when I did seek professional help. Now, I already told you I have one child. Now I'm going through this again, but this time we're early intervention. So I'm going through the whole phases all over again, like the denial, the anger, and things like that. Don't ever let anybody tell you that they always go away, because each situation is going to be different. So on that note, I hope that you did learn something today, and I welcome you to continue to send your questions, your feedback, so that I can be more of a help to you. So I do have an upcoming webinar, From Suspecting to Accepting, Managing Your Feelings of Guilt, Shame, Anger, Denial, so that you can get your child the best help that they need. I totally understand, as a mom that had to go through this process, that it can be insane, like, because you're trying to manage your emotions, you're trying to deal with your child's meltdowns, the behaviors, you're dealing with the school system because you don't have your child in the appropriate program, and you have no support from your family and friends because they don't believe in autism, especially in the Black community. So that's why I'm here, and I want to invite you to my upcoming webinar, From Suspecting to Accepting. Now, if you'd like to join my upcoming webinar, just send me the word webinar, and I'm going to go more into depth about the story of how I had to deal with my son, how I went through the whole phase, the behaviors. Like, I'm going to go through it all, and give you a few tidbits on what you can do, but not a lot because it varies from state to state. But I'm definitely going to help you there, and I'm going to discuss the feelings that you have. And yes, you're justified and right to feel angry and denial, and because who thinks that their child, is autistic? You know what I'm saying? So let's just be real. So I want you to join my webinar. I want you to bring a friend, tell a friend about it, share this out. Send me your questions, your comments, your concerns. I'm going to be addressing them up until the webinar, and I want you to be on this webinar. Okay, so I'll talk to y'all later.